Okay, so I marked these posts. 1, 2. This one will be gone. And then post number 3. We want to go with the 3x3 posts, as small as possible, none of the bulky stuff around it. We do want to move this post forward 3.5 feet, which means that the back of this post will be about where the back of that bucket is. And then this being post number 3, we want to angle it back, or angle the header back here to post number 2. And we want post number 2, we're okay with it being off center. We want it as close to this one as possible, which is about 170 inches out from the house. Both post 2 and 1 will come in just a little bit, and the reason is because when this angles out, we want to stay away from the fire, the chimney for smoke purposes. And so we will have the end of it, or I should say there won't be any overhang on this side. It will just terminate very close to the post. Yeah, in the distance for posts 1 and 2 would be about 130 inches from the house. We want the 3-inch thick cover that's insulated so that I can walk across it to do maintenance. I want to go as high as we can. I believe the limiting factor in that is this whole overhang area up here. And then I've dug out, installed new rain gutters, and there is one that terminates right here. So that should make for an easy hookup behind post number 3. And then once the cement gets removed, I'll continue with the drain, and we'll be able to come out here. Now, one of the key things, we're going to have rain gutters installed here, so we're hoping that you and them can coordinate in a way that we only have to have one downspout so it doesn't look like a mess here. But like I said, I can put a drain in anywhere here where you tell me to. And then as far as the hookups go, I already have out here 2 electrical lines, one that the fan is on, and then one that the lights are on, and the lights are already hooked up to a dimmer. There will be 2 ceiling fans when we're finished. The first one will be just a little bit closer than what you see on this one this way. I measured about 128 inches out from this wall of the house, and it'll be in the same location that it is now, which is about 80 inches out from the house. And then the other ceiling fan will come out a bit. Instead of being 128 inches out from this same wall, it'll be about 50 inches out, and then about in line with where these lights are right here, which if you were to measure from this wall here would be about 85 inches out. Now, I wrote most of these measurements I took your sketch and I just opened it up in Photoshop, and I'll send you a copy of this so that you can see my drawings as well. And then as far as all the hookups go, after the installation, all you really have to do is just feed me the electric connections into the attic. I know where they all are, and I'll know how to shut them off before you start the demo work. I already have all of the switches hooked up, so I don't need remote controls for the fan. And I'd like to know how much more it would be to install a outlet on the bottom of this post. Not even sure if you can do it now that the post is only going to be 3 inches, but if you can, I'd like to know how much that would be. And then the light placements that you drew on your plan, feel free to change those up so that they make sense with the ceiling fan locations. I will provide speaker wires, and I already have them run through the attic, so I'll be able to, get those out to you. The couple things that I guess we would need to talk about is where exactly can they be installed? Does it have to be at a header? Because with this header swinging out this way, I don't really want one speaker way out and one in closer. So that's something I guess we can talk through and figure out. My ideal situation, because I do change speakers every now and then, would be to make something for you that you install that's really just a mount for speakers. My thoughts, and you can tell me if you have a different idea, would be to make something fairly thick, like maybe glue 2 sheets of marine grade plywood together, paint them white, put a speaker terminal on each one, possibly something like this, but maybe just with the terminal posts and not the black thing. But the idea would be that then your crew can mount the terminal, or not the terminal, but the marine grade plywood that I would supply you with, hook the wires to the back to my terminals, and then anytime I want to change speakers, I'm just screwing into the marine grade plywood. If I back screws out and move them to a different location, all I have to do is fill them with wood fill and touch up the paint. That would be very easy for me. So I just need your input on that. And just to make sure that I understand the job all the way through, my understanding would be that your team removes the cover, and then either some cement, maybe all of it if they can do that for a reasonable price, and then your team would pour the 4 forms, the 3 posts in the front and this one here, and then set the posts in the forms, and then you'd be done for a little while I take care of finishing the drainage installation, the irrigation installation, and have the pavers installed. And then about 45 days later, you guys would come out and complete the installation.